What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video, and we got something special for y'all today. The Charlotte Hornets, they did not play last night's game versus the Washington Wizards. We talked about that on the channel already, and to really do something special for the fans, they gave us kind of something that we've been waiting on for a while, a authentic LaMelo Ball interview, and we will be listening to the full interview here today on the channel. Let's just get straight into it.
My dude, AB the Hero. Well, we getting it down in the ball state, baby.
AB, way to get out of the lane. Get out of the lane. What do you thought about that, Jay? I like that. Yeah, I told you, it's on before.
Let's go. I'm out.
Alright, so I have not listened to this interview, so we will be listening to it for the first time together, you and me. Like, I feel like I like doing that. It's an authentic situation. We both get to be shocked and amazed all at the same time. But before we get into this, yo, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell for the channel, man. We got content coming every day. We've been on the road. We've been doing like almost 2+ videos a day. Y'all been showing up, man. 7,000 subs, bro. And last couple videos, I was saying, yo, let's get to 7,000. We was at 6 something. We're climbing. We trying to get to that 10,000 mark. I feel like we can do it. Y'all keep showing out the way y'all been showing out. Let's get into this video. All right. So this is from the Hornets Hive Cast. It's like their version of a little daily podcast, and where they cover some of the games and stuff of that. We might tap more into this kind of moving forward to see what kind of content and conversations they've been having. But this is an exclusive one-on-one interview with the Charlotte Hornets rookie, potential Rookie of the Year candidate. They realize that. He's talking with Sam Favors in this thing, and let's just get straight into it.
So much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
So how has your first few weeks as an NBA player been?
No, it's been real cool. Yeah, it's been going well.
Is everything as you expected it to be outside, of course, of COVID-19?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say. Then I kind of got stuck with the COVID part, so I ain't really expect that. But other than that, yeah.
Is there one thing that...
I can say that already you can tell that Melo seemed a lot looser in this interview than we've seen him in some of the like media availability, post pregame press conferences, just answering questions. I can imagine that he probably got some sort of relationship with this guy where he's comfortable with it.
That maybe
which means that this will probably be a good interview.
Surprised you because it wasn't exactly what you thought it would be playing in the NBA?
Nah, not really.
Even the triple-double?
Yeah.
Most, if not all, NBA players' journeys as pros, that starts one way or another on draft night. For your draft night, obviously unique due to COVID, but did it feel the way you always thought it would, hearing your name being called?
Yeah, I actually liked it way better because I was able to be home with my family and stuff and be where I'm from. So I liked it way better, other than the, how they usually do it. Because I was at the other one too because my brother got drafted and I experienced that one too. So and I like mine better.
Some draftees get...
That's so interesting because I don't even think that I thought about that. Or we talk a lot about the different experiences that Melo has had, right? So even within the NBA, he has had experiences that your typical NBA player, even if you are a high prospect, you probably have no experience being involved with the NBA draft and seeing the behind the scenes of that process.
We're really emotional for a variety of reasons on draft night. Onyeka Okongwu, your high school teammate at Chino Hills, no doubt he was thinking of his brother who tragically passed away way too soon, and he wears his jersey number. Obi Toppin being an under-recruited guy out of high school going to lottery pick. Many players have that. You seemed overjoyed, but not overly emotional. Why do you think that was?
And now pretty much just me being me and knowing me. I mean, I knew I was going to be in this position for a long time now, so just being there and getting your name called is more of a joy than, anything sad or anything like that. So
I've known this was going to happen for a while now. How true is that?
Yes, I was just happy.
When you heard Charlotte was the team, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
I was just ready. I was just happy I got called, honestly. I mean, anywhere I went, I had a great positive attitude going into it, so I was happy. But then here in Charlotte, I was like, oh, Charlotte? I know I already had some boys on the team too, so I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I already knew what type of like team it was, so yeah, I was happy to come there. And then Jordan as the boss and stuff, and just all the coaching, and when I met him back home, do the little pre-draft stuff, it was all going real nice. So yeah, it felt like a great fit.
What's one
thing? All right, so I like this Melo. He answering these questions thorough. Even the interviewer is so, I feel like, so used to having the short. You can hear him trying to jump in, and Melo is giving him a thorough and thought out answer. And to me, that's just pretty cool.
thing you've learned about living in Charlotte that stands out to you now? Like if you were going to tell, say, LeAngelo, he needs to move to Charlotte because blank, what would blank be?
Well, we from Cali, so probably just to buy land and stuff like that. I mean, it's way cheaper out here. Get it for a better price. So
I'm from California too, and yes, that is true.
Oh, I like this. My dog on that. Hey, Ginkgo biloba, bro. Get your mind right.
You come here to the Queen City. How does the food compare so far?
I have my cook just cooking stuff, so she really the one throwing it down out here. And she been making some real good food all the time, so I love it.
My dog got the cook, trying to get that nutrition right, starting young.
Bought a house here in Charlotte. How is your place?
Oh yeah, where I'm staying at, it's cool, real calm, you know. Not too much going on. I'm somewhere to lay my head, so yeah, I'll be chilling.
COVID-19 means a lot of time at home. What are some of the things you have to keep you occupied?
Oh, so see, even without COVID, I'm an at-home person still. So, man, I just be at home chilling, talk to my brothers on FaceTime, you know, watch the movies, watch Netflix. But yeah, most of my stuff I just be at home chilling.
Are you all?
I'm surprised. I thought he was gonna go video games. Many moons ago, the Fortnite and some of them other things, my dog was on him a lot.
Always looking for new movies, or is there like a favorite go-to that you find yourself repeating a lot?
Just whatever comes out, you know. It's a lot of series that I have going on, and then I'll finish them, and then, you know, maybe a new one will come out, then I'll watch that, then maybe something else will come out. Or like even a movie will come out. Like I just got done watching Soul.
Soul was good. Soul was very good. I got little kids. They love it.
Right. It's a great movie.
You used to be a bit of a gamer, too. Are there any video games in your place these days?
Right, yeah, I used to play games, but then it's like sometimes I play them, sometimes I won't. But yeah, now I ain't played a game in a minute. But if anything, it'd probably be like Fortnite, Call of Duty, something like that, I guess.
On the court, you guys play up-tempo. You share the ball beautifully. It's not the normal ISO ball a lot of basketball fans associate sometimes with the NBA. How do you like the style of play?
I love it. I feel like it fits my game. I mean, growing up, I was always running, passing to the person ahead. That's how we learn basketball. So, yeah, just coming here, it kind of fits right into that.
And you mentioned it's how you've always played. Was there an NBA player or team that was kind of an example of at least elements of what you guys did back at Chino Hills?
A lot of people would, like, label it as the Warriors. Probably the Warriors, the closest thing.
Which is so crazy. When people talk about the Warriors busting this draft by not picking up LaMelo Ball, like, that is what people be talking about. Is you hear folks get into his skill set and how like elite it is in certain areas when it comes to sharing the ball, and you take a team who is, that's the essence of what they do, you put him in there, and it's like just adding oil to a cog that's already running smooth, like, and they kind of drop the ball on that. And to be honest, I don't know if I would even, what they do is so crazy at Chino Hills that it's not even really, the Warriors are still moving slow compared to what they do in that style of offense.
But I mean, we was playing a way nobody ever seen. I guess shoot the ball, and we already had two people down there, throw the ball, press the whole game, 2-2-1 to a 2-3. So yeah.
The kinds of assist numbers you guys are averaging currently here with the Hornets, you got to go back to those Warriors teams that were making and winning finals, or even Magic Johnson's Lakers, to find teams that have similar assist numbers. Do you feel the Hornets are headed in that kind of direction where you can compete at that level for titles?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the goal. You obviously want to play to win, so we're just trying to get there.
And it's a very fan-friendly style of play. The buzz around Charlotte's been intense since your arrival. I know fans would love to be there at Spectrum Center. Do you miss the crowds?
Most definitely.
When you played in Australia, or even going back to high school, do you remember noticing the fans there at games, or are you kind of blocking it out and your focus is between the lines?
Nah, definitely between the lines, but I definitely always, you always don't know when there's people there, especially because the noise be so loud. I mean, we can feed off that energy, so yeah, we definitely miss the crowds.
Do you think your game or your energy level is going to take a jump when there are 20,000 people at the Hive there to watch you and your teammates?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's a day we certainly can't wait for, and we want all of you to be a part of. That's why I want to remind you that season ticket packages for the 2021-2022 season are available, and you can guarantee your price right now. For more information, call 704-HORNETS or visit hornets.com to live chat with a season ticket representative.
Hornets with that good product integration right there in the middle of the video. I see what y'all doing and I like it.
Today on the Hornets Hive Cast, we've got LaMelo Ball, third overall pick from the most recent NBA draft and one of the heavy favorites to be Rookie of the Year in the association. But his origin story in terms of setting foot on the national scene goes back to when he was a 14-year-old freshman at Chino Hills High School. Let's talk some more with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo, first time I saw you play in person, I got to call one of your games in the CIF Championship your freshman year at Chino Hills. Team had you, your brothers, Onyeka Okongwu was a fellow freshman then. Eli Scott rounded out the starting five. He's a leading scorer at LMU. Team stacked with that much talent. You stood out even at 5'11" or so at the time as a freshman. What do you remember from that time in your career?
Now, I definitely know it was way different at the time. Like, the only people that see us how we is today was ourselves. I mean, we all knew we can do it. But, like, at the time we was winning, it was just, I mean, I was 5'8", freshman. My boy O was a freshman coming in, finally seeing varsity for the first time. Eli, no offers or anything, just playing. I mean, Lonzo was set, and then we had Jello. So we had a lot of people that nobody thought was even like that. It was four of us. We pretty much just had to go. And then we had to go out there and show people what we could do and stuff like that. And now you're looking back on it, and we are where we are now. So as long as you believe in yourself and stuff like that, I feel like you're always going to be able to be where you think and see yourself as.
In terms of
My dog giving game. Come on, the maturity level of this LaMelo Ball is off the charts, man. Do you see the introspection to be able to go back and say, yo, I remember when can you imagine that? Like, how crazy is this to think that he's telling you right now that there was a time where folks did not believe in him the way that they believe in him? I showed y'all in the video the other day when I posted in my community tab. I have polls in there all the time. Go check them out. Like, which rookies have the brightest future? And I left Melo's names out. And everybody was like, Melo. What do you mean? How come Melo is not on the list? Everybody believes in this kid. Folks was, before the season was going down, was saying he was potentially going to be an all-star rookie of the year, all of this stuff. And he's taking you back to a time where nobody believed in him. 5'8" as a freshman, and folks is like, who is these dudes? I mean, they got the one kid, Lonzo, who's pretty good, but the rest of these dudes is runts. And now you got Onyeka Okongwu, who is the first lottery pick in the NBA draft. You got, I just forgot his name. Not Big O, but my man, dang. You know what I want to call him? Oprah side used to call him Black. Or whatever, and I just forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Eli Scott, my dog Eli Scott, doing his thing in college, getting ready to go. You got Jello, who is still on the path and has had some success and things in his eyes, has had a couple shots with NBA squads, but it's kind of dope, man. It's dope to hear him reflect on that time. And like I said, I could tell from the jump, the comfortability that he was expressing with just in the introduction, that this was going to be a good interview. I'm glad that we're watching this today.
Most fun season or team, where does that one rank for you so far?
Oh, yeah, definitely for my lifetime, I remember that one. So probably one. I mean, we won 35-0, did everything right. It was just like a dream season.
And you beat good teams along the way. The game I saw was against Sierra Canyon. Remy Martin, who's tearing it up at Arizona State, was there. Cody Riley.
Right, yeah, we beat the best teams for sure. Montverde, all the top teams. We were number one in the whole nation.
When you were in high school, you had a reputation as a scorer who would shoot from anywhere. Now you're seen more as a playmaker. When did that change start to happen for you in your game?
That's probably a question for the people because my whole life, I mean, I was able to score, play, make, all of that. But, like, it's just been positioned where I was. Like, Chino Hills, I had to play the 2 because Lonzo was the 1. So, I mean, obviously I was just a 2 guard getting to it, trying to get buckets and stuff. But then even when he was tired, I played the 1 at the end or just switch off with him whenever. But then right when he left, I was playing the 1 the whole time. So obviously I had to play make and score, do both. And then going to Australia, play make. So yeah, I've been play making my whole life, honestly.
How important to your development?
That's dope. He said you gotta let the people answer, so I was ready to hop in there and give an answer, but I feel like he broke that thing down. That's what I would have said. I've seen the different moments where he's been able to transition from the 1 to the 2, 1 to the 2, move down to the 3, and run things like that. If you go to like he said, after Zoe left, he a ton of point guard there, but still in that same time is when you get the 92-point game, scoring a ton. When you look at him in the through the JBA matriculation, you see him on that JBA USA squad who was full of guys who people felt like were hoopers, right? And you see him be able to mold his game to fit into that and be very valuable even amongst those folks. So very versatile game. And that's why I think when people talk about him and Zoe being on the same team, like right now, I feel like it could work because it would be nothing for him to switch back into a 2-guard mentality and take a bit more shots, be much more aggressive on the offense as far as getting his own points while still being able to play, make, and run and all of that stuff. I think it'd be a deadly combination to have them. And even if you add Jello, I feel like the chemistry in the system that you'd have to incorporate to get all 3 of those guys would elevate Jello's game to a place where he would be successful in the NBA as well.
Was playing with your older brothers and just older players in general who were bigger at the time than you.
Yeah, I feel like it developed my game a lot. I mean, seeing older people and playing against older people, you obviously just don't develop other stuff, become better. You get better every day because you're playing against, older people.
You've got great NBA size now, of course, but when you're rebounding against a center in this league, you're still giving up a few inches in height. Are there tricks from playing back in the backyard against your brothers or as a freshman at Chino Hills that you're still using today?
Tricks? To be honest, not just see it and go get it. I don't really have no tricks.
When the ball goes up, do you feel like you know where it's going on a miss?
If I read it off the rim right, yeah. Like just seeing which way it hits off the rim. So yeah, sometimes. But sometimes it could be kind of hard,
Mel, I'm a big believer we take a lot from our individual experiences and our relationships growing up. And I'm going to name a couple people and places from your past and tell me what it brings to mind for how you got to be who you are and where you are today. So let's start with your brother Lonzo.
Yeah, my brother Lonzo, I take a lot away from him. I mean, even day-to-day basis, we still talk to each other. He talks to me, I talk to him. I learn from him, he learns from me. I mean, forever my brother. Same with Jello, too.
How about Lithuania?
Lithuania, I feel like I got a great learning experience out of it. I mean, I went pro over there, learned a few things, playing against older men and pros, so I feel like it was helping me every day, too.
Chino Hills.
Chino Hills basketball, I mean, growing up process, I mean, I was there learning from my brothers still, learning from coaches. Pretty much was just young at the time, going through it. Just, like I said, hungry to get better. I'm just going in every day trying to get better.
Your dad?
Pops, one of the biggest role models in my life. I mean, he raised me. He's my man. I was always looking up to him as a legit. So, yeah.
Australia,
another learning experience. I went out there to play instead of going to college. So that's going to be with me for life. Pretty much just doing the opposite route, showing people that you ain't got to always do the traditional stuff to make it there.
And your mom?
My mom, one of the biggest supporters and role models in my life again. Was always looking out for me, raised me. I mean, did everything she could, so I was good. So, yeah, clever. And my pops.
Melo, your popularity exploded when you were in high school across all forms of media, but in particular social media. Today, how often do you interact with your fans on social media?
I mean, if I see something, I'll interact, but it don't be too much. I don't really, I'm here and there. Not really always on the stuff.
What's the strangest message you've received?
I mean, every day you can think of my man. Whatever you think is strange, I received it.
I can only imagine. What's the best message you've ever received?
The best message? I mean, honestly, the best messages is when people always just say, like, keep inspiring, and, like, you inspire me to play basketball. Or, like, I was hurt back then, like, my feelings was hurt, and I seen you play, and now I see something else and want to do this. But pretty much just whatever message inspires somebody and wants them to go do better in life or anything, that's the main thing to me. So that's probably the best messages.
Who's your favorite follow on social media? Who do you check when you're going on?
My favorite follow? My family. Yeah, my family. Lonzo, my pops, my family.
How did you pick your handle, Melo D1P?
Oh, you talking about for Twitter?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. My brother made it up because, my nickname Melo Dip. So, and then back in the day, he was always like, "Oh, you going D1 because of talent." This one I was like real young, so he just made it Melo D1P.
Which brother and how old were you at the time?
I was like 8, and Lonzo. Or actually, no, I might have been like 12 or something. So I had to be older than I wasn't no 8. I was like 13, 12, something like that. But it was just D1 because, Dip, and I'm always number 1. So it was just D1P. But then we also was like, at the time, "Oh, you going D1?" Because I was real young. And I committed to like UCLA. That was the whole little thing behind it. But my whole life, we already knew it was going to the NBA.
Well, fans, in addition to following Melo, we encourage you to follow the Hornets on all of our social media handles as well as through our mobile app. You can download the Hornets app onto your mobile device for access to all new features and exclusive content, including the Hornets Hive Cast. You don't want to miss the new game day experiences for every game this season as well, which give you information and digital activations available only through the Hornets app. On the court and how he sees the game. When you're playing the game and you're making a decision, you got the ball in your hand, you're deciding where to pass or dribble or whatnot, do you react to what the defense does, or are you making them do what you want them to do? Like, if you're looking in one direction, knowing the defense is going to do something, and so you know your next move ahead of time. So, the shorter version, do you react super fast to what your opponent's doing, or do you feel like you're 2 steps ahead and you're manipulating them?
I'm going to say both. Because defense could always switch it up and do something random that you wasn't expecting, and you would just have to be quick with it. So definitely both. But most of the time, it's definitely the second one.
Do you feel your reaction time and your decision-making is getting faster right now as you're playing here in the NBA?
No, I feel like it's always been the same.
Is there any difference that you feel between when you played in Australia or even backyard against your brothers to now?
Nah, it just all feels like basketball to me.
One thing that stands out about your game when you're passing, whether it's behind the back, a bounce pass, whatever it is, you always seem to hit your teammates in the hands in shooting position. How important is it not just passing, but precise passing and accuracy?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. So you don't really mess up the shot. It's just all one motion. So you can catch it and then shoot instead of like making a hard catch and then having to come down and then shoot it,
You're pretty good at it already, but how long do you really have to play with someone before you know exactly where they're going to want the ball, like that quarterback to wide receiver connection?
Right. I feel like I said, just a few games, few practices, stuff like pretty much what we're doing now. And just the more you play, the more it just gets easier and easier and easier.
Melo, I've heard you say your end goal is to be a Hall of Famer. That's your ultimate goal?
Yes, sir.
What's the first element of your current game you feel you need to improve to get to your final destination?
I'm going to say all aspects. I feel like I need and I feel like I could improve every part of my game. I never feel like there's a cap on anything that I got. So we just keep going, keep working, listening, taking the info, keep working out, just keep putting up stuff and see where I land.
What are some of the mile markers you need to hit on that journey? Like, what are some of the things you have to accomplish between now and the Hall of Fame to make sure you're on there in the first ballot?
Right. I feel like, just like I said, just keep listening and playing the game of basketball. Kind of just like let God take the wheel and then just sit back and then I'm going to work hard, put that in perspective, and then usually I'm good.
Are All-Star games part of the equation?
Yeah, most definitely.
MVP?
Yeah, hopefully.
Championships?
Yes, sir. Pretty much everything.
Last question for you, Melo. Michael Jordan had so many iconic moments. I think of the championship shot he hit against Utah. If you had to envision your perfect play, your signature moment, the one thing you would be remembered for on the court, that one moment, would it be a pass, a dunk, or a shot?
A dunk? No, I'm just playing. I'll say a shot.
Well, we look forward to many, many more signature moments. Melo, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us here on the Hornets Hive Cast.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me.
And thank you to all of you.
All right, there it is. That was good. That was good. I chilled out and just listened for a while. I didn't want the video to be too long, and I knew that I would kind of double back here and give my take and all of that stuff here at the end. And I love the answers that he gave. I felt like there's definitely a lot more maturity with Melo and him being able to answer these questions and just be free and really be introspective and look at the entire process. And I think that just comes with this small window of him being in the NBA and that growth that he's had and being able to do this and be in media availability every other day and all of that. So really good, man. Really good interview. I think that for me, and it's just like for my own sentimental and like stuff, is like I wish folks, and I hate that folks like skip over this whole like year or so of the Junior Basketball Association as if it like did not happen. And I understand why like people like don't want to give too much credence to that, but I think that, well, let me say this. I understand why people say they don't, right? But I also understand that there is a very strong reason why you don't want that type of empowerment to be kind of championed and the values to be able to be expressed and shown of something like that situation. But from my perspective and watching him grow from like from training camp the first time to playing overseas and all of that stuff, I seen such a growth and gain in his game and personality and just kind of maturity in that I feel like I wish people would even ask him about that a bit more. So that's the only thing that I wish that this interviewer would have done. I think he did a really great job asking questions. They kind of had rapid fire situations, so he had to have like 40 questions ready to go right there, and they got through them all, man. So that was pretty dope. But I'm gonna get up out of here. It is your main man, AB the Hero, and we out.
No, not P's, plus one, triple B's. We out.